This is the Rodney Bull Show, bringing you truth about money they never taught you. Now, here's your host, the man himself, Rodney Bull.
G'day listeners. Welcome to another episode of the Rodney Bull Show. Today my guest is Pierre Walter. He's a digital entrepreneur and transformational coach whose work helps people reclaim their freedom financially, emotionally and spiritually. He guides others to break patterns, expand awareness and align purpose with prosperity. And through personal growth, inviting people to see money and mindset as mirrors of their evolution. G'day, Pierre. Welcome to the show, Cobber.
Yeah, buddy. Awesome to be here.
Good to have you on, Cobber. Love the shirt, Bundy. Love the shirt.
Oh, look, I couldn't find my really colourful one, but this just had to do, you know.
Nah, it's good. It's good. I love it, mate. I love your style. It's good. Nice and happy. Full of joy, full of cheer, man. Yeah. Bring the coastal beach vibe love, eh?
Oh, always, mate. Always bring the love, bring the big hugs, mate. It's our role.
Yeah, man. Good stuff, brother. Good stuff. Pierre, can just starting off, mate, you reckon you could just give us a bit of a background on yourself, mate, so my listeners can learn a bit more about you before we get into it?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I guess in summary, hi everyone. I'm Pierre Walter Martin. Walter's actually my middle name, but it's actually my father's name, so I run it as my brand.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just how would I class myself, if you will? Yeah, I'm just a normal bloke having a good crack at life each day. I wake up in the morning. From a very young age, I have always not sat well with how I was told to live life. Never agreed with it. Therefore, in schooling, I had a very miserable kind of existence at school. I left early. It just didn't resonate with me at all. And just so many questions unanswered, right?
Yeah, that was much the same for me too, mate.
Yeah.
School was a place to go and eat lunch and have a look at the girls.
Well, okay, yes. Absolutely. And so, yeah, I was just left with so many questions, and yeah, even into my early adulthood, just trying to make sense of this strange existence we're in. I guess for a lot of people and yourself, it just doesn't make sense logically, when you're trying to make sense of everything. And I grew up in a religious family, and even that didn't make sense to me. Just at the core of my beliefs, it did not make sense. So, yeah, I just been on the journey trying to figure things out like a lot of people. And I have certainly taken a different approach to most. And now I find myself, I've just found myself, I guess, sitting in a, I guess, I think once you understand how life works, get to that point, it's kind of like, why are we doing this? And yeah, so going forward with my life, I'm just trying to help lots of other people out there find their way, offering a bit of guidance from what I've experienced in my model of the world.
Yep.
Because so many people, unfortunately, are misled.
Badly.
And if it resonates for them, I'm happy to help them find a way forward from their stuck position in life.
Yep. So, like you mean that in a sense from pursuing freedom and personal freedom, financial freedom, mate. Awareness.
Yes.
Around that space.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
in regards to that, what does freedom mean to you, mate? And how has that definition changed for you over time?
Yeah, it's changed big time. Hey, I was always, growing up, I guess, for some people, you you're led to believe that freedom is this big pool of, I guess, financial security waiting for you at the end of the rainbow. So you're trying to find the quickest way there, not realizing that the rainbow is actually the gold, and the pot at the end of the rainbow is just the start of your next journey over a rainbow, potentially.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that resonates with me.
Yeah. But in relation to money, I guess it's like, I think it was Pat Massetti who said, um, you know, money's not a big pool that you get to. It's always a flowing river
Yeah.
that you have access to.
Hence the reason why they call it currency, mate.
Currency, hey?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
river flows between the banks, hey? The banks of the river.
Oh, banks of the river, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
for sure, man, for sure. And there's many aspects of freedom, eh? And financial freedom is just one of
Oh,
them.
mate.
But in this day and age, I believe,
Yeah,
to it's important to achieve that financial freedom so that you can really pursue the other freedoms.
very important very important indeed. And for me, I guess freedom is being able to operate in life at your own frequency,
Yeah,
not that of which resonates for someone else. It's your model of the world. It's what you want to experience. So I guess freedom is being able to do that and not be stuck in this frequency of not slavery, but just not living to your full potential. Hey,
yeah, yep. No, that makes sense, mate. Totally makes sense. Um, how can someone begin to identify when they're living out of alignment with their true direction in life and in regards to
mate.
achieving that ultimate many forms of freedom, mate?
Good question. So,
And and in
yeah,
regards
yep,
to finances.
mate. I've personally experienced these, I guess, roadblocks in different areas of my life, where different, I guess, um, different jobs I've had along the way. More recently, I was in charge of uh, one of the big ports. Well, not the port, but one of the port companies. Tasked with running the operation overnight. Really good money, really, really good money and easy money for me, because the job for me was easy. But then all these things just start, when there's a combination of things that just happen out of the blue, and you can't explain it, how that happened. And it's just so random. And that happens like over a period of time, just there's too much coincidence, and you're like, ah, shit. After it's happened to you a bit over time in your life, you realize, okay, so I'm not on my correct path. And yeah, if people are open to listen, to kind of view that and see it as a roadblock, then maybe they're not on the correct path, then they need to, I guess, seek mentorship or coaching to try and uh, direct them onto a better path forward in life.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. I understand what you're saying there because I've experienced that myself throughout my life, and come across many challenges and realizations about things that I wasn't quite on the right path and was stumbling down the wrong road and ending up with pretty prickles in my feet. And so
Love
yeah,
that.
that resonates with me, mate. You often talk about money as energy, mate, and what does that mean in practical terms to you or for entrepreneurs, and how people can transform their relationship with money from stress to flow?
Yeah, from stress to flow, it's uh, that kind of understanding, I guess, won't happen for most overnight, but when you're able to, I guess, ask yourself the right questions, and also if you have someone guiding you through your journey in that regard. How can I explain that? Um,
Because money's is a big stressful thing for most homes and most people, eh? You know.
it really is, and for even for ourselves, I mean, if we're not, careful with our mindset, we're going to have struggles as well, even though where we are in life, like we probably currently live in one of the most prestigious properties in the area. But even so, it's all relative. We could still have a bad run financially if we're not careful with our mindset.
Yep.
This could turn around, no worries. Yeah, the in a way the universe doesn't ask for particulars. It's just like, oh, is that how you feel? Right. Okay, that's the order. Bang. Oh shit.
Yeah. So a lot of it, you reckon, comes down to mindset and,
Mate, yep.
and mindset in regards to how you look at and regard money and your finances and how much it affects people's lives and their day-to-day thinking and decision making because of the stress that comes from money and finances.
Yeah, so it's a really hard for some people to overcome that because the way everything's structured, as you know, Bully, when we make it our standard form of thought to believe that, oh man, that's $100, that's like, and all that feeling is just being magnetized and sent out there. Whereas where it's like, they might think, oh, 1,000, no worries, all good. We'll do that now. It's just a standardized thought form. So for them, that's just like, oh, it's just that. It's
Yep.
not like I'm going to starve now because my $100 is gone, kind of thing.
Yeah. So, like, because a lot of people are definitely struggling today with, what's happened especially since the COVID times have come about and the craziness that the last 4 5 years has been now since that came into, into the energy of the world. And
Yeah.
what, in what that has created in the forms of inflation for people. And I think a lot of people are really struggling to understand exactly what that is. Why is everything just costing so much more, and their money's it's just not going the distance anymore, eh? And
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
what's your understanding around that, mate? And in regards to how to understand that and deal with that.
Yeah. So I guess if I put, myself into a historical mindset of my own, I can more clearly understand it, right? Because
Yeah.
right now, my mind refuses to see it that way. For one, I like yourself. I would say I don't watch the news. I don't see what the rest of the world is doing.
Yep.
I'm more focused on creating the world I am in,
Yep. Nah, for
rather
sure.
than what you know. But for someone struggling through that particular journey, I understand what that's like. When I came to Australia back in 2000, I lived in a caravan park with junkies everywhere in Cabramatta, New South Wales, Sydney.
Yep.
My gosh, that was an eye opener, and yeah, I mean, I understand what it's like to be at the very bottom, you know. Uh, but for people, everyday people to get through that journey, there's a few processes to take. But in general, I guess, just focus on one day at a time. Try and lower your levels of fear. Um, just just what's that word I'm looking for that particular thing? Um, yeah, just give yourself to just give yourself to the universe. Just if it's too much, just put it out there, wherever it is. Just put it out there and just speak the words that it'll be okay. We will be okay.
Yeah.
And just to try and change like a frequency just a little bit even for you.
Yep. Learn to
So,
learn to let that fear frequency go.
yeah, just it's not your friend. It's fear is not your friend. Unless you're about to fall off a mountaintop, fear is not your friend.
No. It's very
You know,
debilitating, eh? And it's
oh,
very crippling. And I think most people don't even realize just how damaging it is to them, or how much they may be suffering from it, about all sorts of certain things, but especially around finances, because it plays such a big role in our lives.
it really does. It really does. It's a it's a really unfair energetic exchange. You're swapping your blood, sweat, time for a piece of paper. I mean, you're not even really getting back anything for that
No.
blood, sweat, and time that you're exchanging.
So you bring that up in regards to giving up your blood, sweat, and time, because time is our most precious commodity in this lifetime, without a doubt, first and foremost. And you're giving that up through hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, to be able to
Yeah, mate.
earn money as such, which ultimately the way we're paid and the money that we're paid with isn't money. It's actually currency, fiat-based currency, which is by government decree, and it is just stealing all of your time away from you. And you're working so hard to try and produce wealth for yourself in life and for your family, and hoping to be able to, I believe, and I am for one, trying to do that for legacy, to hand on to my children and my grandchildren. What's your knowledge and understanding around the differences between currency and real money, Pierre? And do you know what real money is?
Oh, this is such a good session. I'm just trying to stay like out of the rabbit hole.
It's a deep rabbit hole.
I'll try not to sound too crazy, but
There's a lot to it, brother. There's a lot to it.
there really is. To me, how I personally see money these days is more like a scorecard. Keeps score of what I'm doing.
Yep.
It,
Okay.
but in terms of money itself, I mean, I'm sure with the advent of TikTok, more and more people have a different understanding to money as we did growing up. There's so much information out there that I encourage people to find, um, because there's so many things that we just can't say on here, eh, Bully?
Ah, it's an open platform here, brother. You can say what you want to say. That's what I just
Oh,
wanted to
open.
know, whether you know, and whether what you know, to the depths of the difference between what most people believe to be money, which is not money, it's currency, and how you're losing purchasing power through that so-called money, as opposed to real money, which is what I know to believe is real money is gold and silver?
Well, if you've got some kind of big super account and if you just whack that whole bunch into real gold, I mean, gosh, this isn't financial advice, people. Just keep that in mind.
No,
You
definitely
could
not. We're
just,
just having a yarn, mate. No financial advice here.
right, you could just, you, you could live off that quite comfortably, depending on your size of your super account, and it's safe to some extent. But yeah, to me, this, I guess, money going around, it's just a tool. It's just a tool for us, and we use it to the best of our advantage. But yeah, it's not true exchange for your time and sweat. It's really not.
No, well, money should first and foremost preserve purchasing power over long periods of time. And unfortunately, the money that we're paid in, which is fiat currency, does not do that. Not in the least. But gold and silver will do that for you. And it does do that, has done that for thousands of years.
Indeed, mate. Indeed.
Yeah, for bloody sure.
What I tell my young fella, my poor son, he's 11 years old. He's had so many lessons from me already. I tell him, mate, because he doesn't do well at school either, because it's just kind of beyond his comprehension why people would sit there and listen to all this stuff. And he's only 11. But I tell him, life's a game, mate. You need to learn the rules early on and just be on the other side of the fence. Not like on the other side, like jail side, but just on the other side of the fence of those rules. That's where you kind of can take advantage of some things.
Yeah.
Without being illegal and all that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not talking about trying to teach anybody to do anything or convince anybody to do anything illegal, mate. Definitely not.
That's right.
Same thing. I have the conversations with my children. Just trying to get them to understand exactly that. It's a big system, and it's designed to be like a big game, and you've got to learn the rules and ultimately learn how to play the game to your advantage. Because the people who design the game to be to their advantage, not to your or my advantage. And
Absolutely.
to ultimately think outside the box and question everything. Just question everything.
You want one of my T-shirts? It's like got a big box and it's got an arrow of me all the way over here somewhere. Oh, no. Way out there.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, I'd be out on the other shoulder, mate. For bloody sure. What are some common mindset blocks that you reckon people back from success and how they can overcome them?
Oh, mate, that's a great question.
That hold them back.
That's a great question. I mean, unfortunately, even like for myself, but when I realized that when my parents passed away, that it was just like a barrier had lifted, like not a bit of a barrier for myself, because I spent so long trying to kind of live up to the expectations or even impress them even. And when that was no longer there, I realized, oh, shit. Oh, okay. So now I'm trying to figure out who am I? What am I into,
Yep.
And so then I go along that journey of trying to figure out what I want to do instead of others, if you will. And so I guess that was a bit of a block that took that kind of a block away. But also just everyone's got trauma or issues from when they were younger, and they are blocks. People have to get out there and do the work, hey?
Yeah, so true, mate. So true. I've been on that journey myself for the last, really, really digging into it, and over the last 5 years or so, Only wish I'd have dug into it deeper sooner, but anyway, I'm digging into it deep now.
Well, and you've also obviously done the work because you're moved into a different frequency of where you end up in Thailand, where I met you, with all these other, high performing people.
Yeah. It was bloody awesome meeting you over there in Thailand, mate, and your lovely wife, Keith.
Oh,
Let
mate, I
alone
just
some
seen
of
this
the other
big cat
people that we
coming in
got
the room.
exposed to over there. You know, like
Yeah. Oh,
they're running at real high frequencies. You know, they're on another level,
yeah.
and good people to surround yourself with, to help bring you up and help you achieve them different levels of freedom, and financial freedom,
Yes.
emotional, spiritual freedom, all of them things.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, bloody all right, Pierre. Well, love to thank you for today, mate. It's been really good having a yarn, and for
Oh,
sharing
too
your
good,
insights, which
man.
have been invaluable without a doubt. And I
Oh,
like
look.
to think that my listeners would take a lot away from what you've shared today. Anywhere that people can find you, mate, or you'd like to share where people can find you, and if not, any other final words you'd like to say before we
Oh,
close
yeah,
out
mate.
today?
They can find me on pierrewalterconsulting.com. If they want to chat about anything else, or through your set, or through you, either or. But yeah, man, just I'll leave everyone for the perler. If you really want something crazy to think about, just model the world on what you want it to be, and you will more be directed to that life. Don't worry about everything else going around you. Just what you want your version of life to be, because you can be many different versions. Just focus on the one you want to be.
Awesome. Love it, Pierre. Thanks for your time today, Collar. Have a fabulous afternoon, mate.
Much love.
Cheers, mate.
This has been another episode of the Rodney Bull Show, a Rebel Edge production. Please share with your family and friends, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review.